Hey guys, welcome to this new video. Today is going to be a very important video and I want to tackle and give you 5 reasons why you shouldn't consider to become an expat. I've been an expat for many years, so I want to tell with experience and I want to share you the real insight and the real situation, what you have and what you struggle, especially when you are an expatriate living in Vietnam. So today in this video I want to go through 5 of the main reasons most of the people shouldn't move overseas and shouldn't become expatriates, especially in Vietnam. So let me give you some quick introduction about myself. I've been living in Vietnam for 5 years. I've been in Asia for about 6 years. So I've been through also a journey of being a freelancer, being also a self-employed person and running my own business. So I will try to tell you the real picture on the individual and the personal side, but as well on the corporate side and on the career aspect if you want to consider coming to an emerging country such as Vietnam. So the first reason you shouldn't come and consider becoming an expat if you just want to copy-paste what you are having in the West, what you are having in your country, I think the exact thing will be here. So many people come to Asia and finally struggle. Why? Because maybe they have some expectation, they have some assumptions on how the life is so nice, how everything is so simple. But finally, when you come here and you really settle, you will start to have some more downside, you will have to face with some things that maybe in your country you don't have. And especially in terms of regulation, in terms of standard of living, many foreigners could come with an idea that here everything will be easy to do, everything will be simple, I can just easily get a visa. And finally, this is totally misunderstanding. And when you come to developing countries, emerging countries, things are not that easy. Especially in the career, we're going to talk about this a little bit later in terms of money as well. I mean, you have to get prepared, you have to get some information first before really moving. And I hope this video will illustrate you some of the key points, pitfalls, and things that we never share on YouTube as the perfect life expats are having in Asia. Now the second point, what is it? It's about the career. I was mentioning it a little bit. And finally, when you come to Asia and if you think that you can easily settle to a new position, continue your career, I think you're wrong. Because here in Asia, of course, there is a lot of job opportunities for specific people. So you need to be a high-skilled worker, you need to have experience overseas. If you are just a newbie, you have a job and you just want to duplicate your job that you have in the West and think that you can find a similar kind of job here in Vietnam, it may be difficult. Again, I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not saying no foreigners are able to find jobs in Vietnam. Here, most of my friends around, they have jobs for international companies. And then even if you cannot really match with the normal career and continue what you were doing overseas and continue growing your career in Asia, then you can also maybe just take a break, become an English teacher. Many people are choosing the English teacher job just because this is the easiest way for native English speaking to teach and to earn a living while being in Vietnam, but this is just a proof that it's not that easy, right? If you were a truck driver overseas, here you can be a truck driver, a taxi driver overseas, here you can become a taxi driver. No, all those jobs are restricted and all the jobs are only allowed for local citizens. So as a foreigner, you cannot apply and you won't have abilities to find and to grow your career in those fields. So more than just being career-wise and thinking about which kind of opportunities you can find in Vietnam, you have also the component of the investment. When you are in the West, when you are to develop countries, mostly you don't have to take care of your retirement. Everything is backed by your government. You know, the social insurance is there. If you have any problem, you can easily get all your spending at the hospital being taken care by your government or social care. Here, when you become an expat, you have to handle it by yourself. So don't expect that you can come here and that everything will be granted for you. This is a common myth that you have here. People think that life is easy, but finally when you are really doing it seriously, you will realize that there is a lot of things that were natural for you in your foreign country, and that here you have to put action and you have to implement that kinds of things. So the saving aspect, your finance, and how do you grow wealth, for instance, and how do you prepare your retirement, this is something that you have really to take into consideration when you come to an emerging country, because even if you have a work permit, even if you have the proper and the legit kind of work as an expatriate, sometimes all those retirement aspects are not counted, and it's more something that you do on the side if you want. So you have to get some first knowledge about that and really know that, okay, if you come here for a couple of years, it's fine. If you really want to stay here 5 years, 10 years, then be aware that you have to have this investment and saving mindset to secure your savings, and as well as to grow and to prepare for your future retirements, right? Now, the third reason why you shouldn't become an expatriate as well is if you are too much into partying, drinking, just is enjoying life without really having a certain structure, certain habits, a certain routine that you can really implement on a day-to-day basis to kind of drive your life and have something that is stable, right? I'm not saying that you cannot come to Asia to have a good time. When I arrived here, I also started my digital nomad journey. So I was traveling around. I had some customer overseas. I was working, but at the same time, I was also enjoying. I think I visited maybe 5 or 6 countries in less than 1 year. So of course, I took a lot of time to discover things, to really take a break, to really figure it out at that time. Oh, how can I really make a living? But still with the purpose of enjoying and while discovering new places, being in this, perpetual good vibe that everything is new, everything is fresh, you're gonna meet new people, you're gonna be open to new opportunities. That's the mindset you need to have. Obviously, you can party during the weekend, you can have some very good time, meet a lot of people, but don't forget also to have this ability of, for instance, doing some networking events. If you go out, don't hesitate to ask what was the pitfalls the foreigner went through, what was the lesson did they learn, and maybe also they can invite you to consider maybe moving to another skill. For instance, if you don't have, IT skills, digital skills, etc. This is skills that you can directly implement either for a foreign company or just for a local company here, and those kind of jobs are jobs that will still be there in 10 to 15 years. So if right now you are stuck and your path is a little bit not very well prepared, learning and taking that step to learn a new skill, especially like computer related skills, that's something that can really help you to build a career and to have something way more defined while moving overseas. And obviously, because I just say, if people are only into drinking, only into partying, only into having good time, they won't necessarily at the same time maybe be open to opportunities. And then I think one of the main pitfalls is that people will just come with a budget, $5,000 to $10,000, and after 5 months to 1 year, they will burn everything. And then what happened in the end? They will just have to go back to their home country being completely broke, or sometimes even worse than that. You see people, getting drunk. You see old dude in bars just getting drunk every night. And you know that life is not that nice, right? It's not because they left their home country that here they will find a place with kind of positive attitude and people and a community around them that can really, help them to excel, help them to be a better person and a better version of themselves. Sometimes here you have also some kind of trash expats and people who are just, you don't really know why they are here, but they are still able to survive. But most of the time, those people are not the people you want to look like after a couple of years. And finally, the 5 reasons why you shouldn't become an expat is more if you are too much into family, you like to have too many friends around you. You always need to be, the center of something, and having a bunch of people around you, helping you, and being really surrounding you as a community. I'm not saying that here you cannot recreate somehow a certain community with people who are going to be optimistic and really push you to be a better version of yourself. But obviously, when you are here, you will have a certain turnover. So let's say people in Vietnam, in Asia, I mean, here, they will stay maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, and then most of them will come back to their home country. So don't expect to have very, very long-term relationship. It's not that you cannot commit with a local or you cannot build long-term friendship here. Obviously, some of the people you will keep and they will become very good friends, but just to know that they will still, at a point, potentially leave. Recently, we had a visa outbreak, most of the visa were regulated in Vietnam, and so many foreigners had to leave the country. So right now, for instance, if you have a bunch of friends here, and if you only have foreigner people being here, it's going to be very hard, right? Because in the couple of next months, you will maybe don't have a lot of friends. So this is something that is a part of the DNA, I would say, of an expatriate, that we have to be able to be enough open to meet new people, but at the same time also know that sometimes those people, they will just leave, and then you will be either alone or either you need to rebuild that circle around you of new people either coming to a city or just having some locals that you can really make good friends with, and then really help you to, overcome the different challenges that you will have in life. Because being an expat is never always, beautiful, and the life is not always perfect. We have some up, we have some down. So if at that time you have some downside, I don't know, either your activity, your business is not going well, either you lose your job, either you have a family overseas that is in difficulty, struggle, then obviously you will be directly impacted, and then you need to recreate somehow a good community vibes around you. And it's not easy when you are doing it and you are here as an expatriate, because it's easy to see just with your face that you are a foreigner here. Vietnamese say Nuc Noi, so this is really, they tell you are the foreigner. In Thailand they would say the Farang, so it's the same. It means that you are a foreigner. So this part that you won't never really be someone of the community, be considered as a local, it can be also some of the main reasons some people cannot really cope with a life, especially here in Asia. So here are my 5 reasons and advice why you shouldn't become an expatriate and relocate to Asia, and especially Vietnam. Obviously, I'm here for a while, so you know that it's always pros and cons in the life as a foreigner and as an expat. Those things are more advice for newly joining and people who may also want to see the downside of being an expat. As I say, it's never perfect. Life is always, up and down. So the idea is to prepare and to have enough information first, so you can really know if maybe your personality will be hard to cope and to really fit in this environment of being an expat far from your home country. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't hesitate to leave a comment below and share me your reasons. Why do you think it's good to be an expat, and why do you think it can be hard as well? Maybe you've been through this journey of going overseas, of living in a foreign country, potentially in Vietnam or in Asia. So share me your thoughts below. Tell me what you think about life here as a foreigner, the up, the down, and how did you cope with all those reasons that can make your life a little bit harder sometime as a foreigner being in a foreign country. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.
And I'ma get it right, dead on sight like